The wealthy man, driving a Ferrari for the first time, quickly discovered a fatal flaw. Its design lacked an imposing aura, its horsepower fell disappointingly short, and it failed to deliver the performance expected of a sports car. More critically, the clutch of this so-called world-leading supercar brand was shockingly subpar, akin to a piece of useless junk. Frustrated, he drove the Ferrari straight back to his tractor workshop. Upon inspection, he was utterly shocked to find that the Ferrari's clutch was identical to the one used in the tractors he manufactured. At that moment, his experience as a mechanic gave birth to a bold idea: to create a revolutionary, high-performance clutch. With this decision in mind, he approached Enzo Ferrari, the founder of Ferrari. While he acknowledged Ferrari's position in the global automotive industry, he tactfully pointed out its current issues and proposed a collaborative effort. However, when Enzo realized he was merely a tractor manufacturer, his disdain was unmistakable. His mocking tone left Gio deeply unsatisfied.
Go back to your tractors, farmer.
Gio abandoned politeness, angrily accusing Enzo of swindling customers.
10 times what it cost me to put a better clutch in my tractor.
These two uneducated to
Better clutch in my tractor.
These two uneducated to understand what he doesn't know.
Saying his piece, Enzo drove away in his Ferrari, but little did he know, his actions that day would soon give Ferrari a formidable competitor, one that would alter the supercar industry forever. Before achieving success, he was just a madman scorned by those around him. In 1945, following the end of World War II, Sicily, Italy, began to revive. A young Gio returned to his hometown with the military convoy. Seeing his son safely back from the battlefield, his father was overwhelmed with joy. He hoped Gio would follow in his footsteps and lead a quiet life farming the land. But Gio had other plans. He wanted to go to the city to start a business manufacturing tractors. His father dismissed the idea as a foolish dream, reminding him he was nothing more than a farmer. Yet Gio insisted, vowing to improve the lives of farmers by making tractors smaller, cheaper, and accessible to everyone.
And if nobody buys your tractors,
A man who's not in debt has no reason to work. It's not impossible what I'm talking about. I want the world to never forget money.
Defying his father's opposition, he embarked on an entrepreneurial journey with his wife and friends. To raise startup funds, they entered a car modification competition. At the event, they saw modified Mercedes cars and first-generation Ferraris on the podium.
Ferrari, he stands like he owns the world.
With no money, they had to make do with a modified second-hand Fiat. Determined to win funding, they pushed the gas pedal to the floor. But even so, they couldn't surpass Ferrari. Worse still, a Mercedes soon overtook them. In a desperate attempt to pass through a narrow curve, their excessive speed sent them crashing into a cornfield. Watching the Mercedes vanish into the distance, they lost their chance at victory. This failure dealt a severe blow to Joe's confidence, leaving him questioning himself.
I'm afraid that I'm not good enough, and I don't know what to do next.
What if I'm a fraud? What happens then? His compassionate wife comforted him, encouraging him to believe that his dream would eventually come true, even if the right approach had yet to be found. She then shared the joyous news that he was about to become a father, which reignited his motivation to press forward. Braving heavy rain, he sought investors and worked tirelessly to establish connections. Before long, they secured a small loan. Undeterred by challenges, they began their ambitious tractor project, working day and night despite every obstacle. They designed tractors to be more compact yet powerful, reducing fuel consumption with dual gasoline and diesel systems. With all their savings, they purchased a second-hand tractor for modification. Stripping off its exterior, they carefully installed a modified engine. Lacking funds to buy machinery, they bent pipes manually, hammered flat panels, and meticulously assembled each component by hand. Just as they were nearing success, a devastating blow struck Gio. Returning home, excited to share his progress with his wife, he was informed by their housekeeper that she had been rushed to the hospital due to complications during childbirth. Her words from the previous evening echoed in his mind, and he dropped everything to run frantically to the hospital. Unfortunately, Gio arrived a moment too late. Due to excessive blood loss, his wife had already passed away. Looking at her peaceful form on the operating table, Gio could no longer suppress his grief. Her sudden departure was a reality he struggled to accept. Overwhelmed with emotion, he stormed to the factory, hammer in hand, desperate to release his anguish. As he stood poised to smash a nearby tractor, memories of his efforts flashed vividly before his eyes. This machine wasn't just a product of his hard work, it embodied the hopes and dreams of his family and his wife. In that moment of clarity, he dropped the hammer, realizing that Lamborghini was no longer just his dream, it was a legacy tied to his wife's life and wishes. The next day, Gio brought the Lamborghini designs to the bank. With persuasive determination, he secured the bank manager's investment. And so, Lamborghini's legendary journey officially began. When the moment of success finally arrived, wealth seemed to pour down like a shower of stars, illuminating every corner of their once ordinary lives. Lamborghini's success brought Gio and his brother not only fame but also immense wealth. However, this financial gain didn't satisfy Gio entirely. Looking at his baby sleeping peacefully in the crib, he resolved to provide a complete family for his child. Yet one evening, lost in memories of his wife, Gio found himself vulnerable. At that moment, Annie, his brother Marty's secret crush, unexpectedly approached him, offering comfort. This led to a misunderstanding between Gio and Marty, fracturing their friendship. Unable to endure the sense of betrayal, Marty took his 25% stake in the company and parted ways with Gio. As Gio watched his former partner and lifelong friend walk away, a mix of emotions overcame him. But life, as always, demanded that choices be made. To gain something, one must often let go of something else. Years later, Gio had turned his brand into a household name. His love for Ferrari sports cars remained evident. He owned 7 of them, switching between them daily. Through his enthusiasm, he discovered a critical flaw in Ferrari's clutches, claiming they were even inferior to those in his tractors. Determined to address the issue, he approached Ferrari's president with a collaborative proposal, suggesting that Ferrari and Lamborghini combine efforts to create the world's finest car. However, Ferrari dismissed him outright, believing a tractor manufacturer was beneath notice.
Go back to your tractors, farmer.
Refusing to tolerate such disrespect, Gio made a resolute decision to create a car superior to Ferrari. He hired the finest team of sports car engineers, presented them with his sketches, and aimed to build a 3.5-liter V12 engine. The goal was to make it lighter and faster than any existing sports car. Although his designers considered the project impossible, Gio's unwavering determination inspired them to persevere. Gio offered enticing incentives to his team, pushing them to complete the design within 6 months. He set his sights on unveiling the car at the 1964 Geneva Motor Show, already envisioning its name, Lamborghini 350 GT. Despite their efforts, Gio rejected several proposals, finding them all imperfect. His high standards pushed the design team to their limits, leaving them doubting their abilities. With Gio's encouragement, the team persisted. Finally, the top-notch team delivered a design that met Gio's expectations. Next came the car's heart, the engine. Challenges arose when the carburetor's height prevented the hood from closing. Without altering its appearance or performance, the designers relocated the exhaust pipes to the front sides, widened the axle by an inch, and swapped the 16-inch wheels for 15-inch ones. Once the hood closed, the car's shape was finalized. For the car's emblem, inspiration struck Gio during a family outing to an art exhibit. A photo of a bull captivated him, perfectly embodying the car's wild nature. An artist brought Gio's vision to life, crafting the iconic golden bull logo. Once everything was completed, Gio personally test drove the car. Thus, the first Lamborghini sports car in history was born. Everyone eagerly awaited Gio's evaluation. Even the top engineers were anxious, knowing how picky their boss could be. When Gio finally gave his verdict, it sparked a wave of celebration among the team. However, he then requested a change. The car should be painted green, believing the color would suit its character better. On the day of the car show, Gio had a bold idea. He sent a note to Ferrari, depicting a bull riding a horse, a not-so-subtle jab at Ferrari. When the Lamborghini debuted, its sleek design and unmatched performance captivated everyone's attention. It became the first mass-produced model with a V12 engine, eclipsing all Ferrari models present. The proud look in Gio's eyes seemed to say, "Once, you dismissed me. Now, I'm here to make you regret it." Thus began the legendary rivalry between Ferrari and Lamborghini, a saga lasting over half a century. However, the good times didn't last long. In 1973, the oil crisis erupted, severely impacting the automobile industry. Companies like Ferrari and Lamborghini, focused solely on sports car development, became prime targets of public criticism. Despite struggling to sustain the brand for 7 years, Gio finally made the difficult decision to sell Lamborghini. This is a true story. Its protagonist, Ferruccio Lamborghini, built his empire from scratch. He rose from nothing to achieve unparalleled success, enduring the loss of loved ones and parting ways with partners along the way. Yet, his unwavering determination gave the world the privilege of witnessing the birth of a top-tier brand. Although Lamborghini's original essence didn't survive the tides of time, in 1977, Lamborghini was acquired by Chrysler, becoming their high-end sports car brand. Over the years, Lamborghini changed hands multiple times. In 1998, it was ultimately purchased by Volkswagen Group, becoming a subsidiary of Audi. With Volkswagen's steadfast support, Lamborghini gained space for significant advancements in technological development and model design. Today, Lamborghini remains an irreplaceable icon in the automotive world, its brand image and supercar culture firmly rooted in history. As Ferruccio Lamborghini once said, "There are many luxury car brands in the world, and I have owned them all. But what I pursue has always been perfection." Indeed, his name is destined to leave a lasting mark on the pages of history.